As resistance erupts across the country, it's more important than ever to talk about the power of protest and how to protect yourself while protesting. Today, we're going to dig into why protest is essential to democracy, how it's going to make real change in this country, and also, and importantly, for the times in which we now live, what you need to know before you show up. Okay, it has been a very, very long road we've been on. It's easy to feel cynical. It's easy to feel hopeless, helpless, ineffectual. It's easy to convince yourselves that protests don't work, as if we're stuck in this never ending cycle in which things just keep getting worse and there's nothing we can do about it. But despite the violence that's been unleashed by the Trump regime, protests like the ones that are happening in LA right now are extraordinarily powerful. They matter. The government's response to them also matters. Now more than ever, we need to stand up loudly and clearly to Donald's authoritarian agenda, because doing so can actually have a massive impact. During the 2020 Black Lives Matter protests, Princeton politics professor Omar Wasso told The New Yorker, quote, protests can be very effective if they are able to get media attention, and that there is a very strong relationship between media coverage and public concern about whatever issues those protesters are raising. But there's a conditional effect of violence, and what that means in practice is that groups that are the object of state violence are able to get particularly sympathetic press and a large amount of media coverage. Nonviolence met with state and vigilante brutality. That is effective. Now, obviously, we would prefer that never to happen, but we are living in the Trump regime. And this is exactly what happened in Los Angeles. Peaceful protests against ICE were met with state violence, and it's been drawing national attention. That brings us to something crucial. The most powerful tool against an authoritarian regime is the image, the camera. It shows the truth. This is why democracy defenders are encouraging protesters to carry American flags. Take a look at this.
If you're planning on attending a protest against the ICE raids, you need to be flying an American flag and an American flag only. Put away the Mexican flags, put the Palestinian flags away for right now, and only fly an American flag. The optics here are incredibly important. The news is going to be covering this from all angles. They're going to be taking a ton of pictures. These pictures are going to end up in history books. The entire nation is going to be watching this unfold. The world is going to be watching this go down, and it needs to be incredibly clear who it is that our president is deploying the American military against. This is not America versus a Mexican invasion. This is the American military against its own citizens. The military against its mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, cousins, and its neighbors. Make it very clear who it is that the military is being deployed against. And change your language. Now you're going to start chanting things like save our country and defend the Constitution.
That is a very, very important message. For far too long, the right has co-opted the American flag. The right has co-opted national security. The right has co-opted patriotism. We need to take those things back, because we are the patriots. We are the people who care about the future of America. We are the people who care about our democracy. So we should be waving that flag, especially in protesting a government that is anti-American and anti-constitutional. That is the story we need the world to see. We need people to be seeing clearly who it is Donald Trump is attacking. He's not just attacking immigrants, although, of course, he is doing that as well. He is attacking American citizens who, in his view, have the audacity to exercise their First Amendment right to peacefully protest. That's what's going on. We need people around the world and around this country, too, those who aren't paying enough attention, to see images of law enforcement, National Guardsmen, and Marines attacking their fellow citizens. The other reason it's important to carry flags is because it may make law enforcement, National Guardsmen, and Marines think twice before attacking American citizens. If you need proof that protests work, just take a look at this video of Marcela Gomez da Silva's mother, who got to reunite with her teenage son late last week after ICE kidnapped him the previous week in Massachusetts. That event sparked widespread protests.
Can you go out there or no?
Viva Marcelo!
The community did not stop protesting until Marcelo was finally returned home and able to reunite with his family. Da Silva is proof that the Trump regime will come for anybody. But it's also proof that if we band together as communities, we too can protect our neighbors from the depredations of this fascist regime. Take what's happening right now in Glendale. After days of protest, the city just canceled its contracts with ICE. Their jails will no longer detain ICE arrestees. Their statement to the news said, quote, "This local decision reflects our core values, public safety, transparency, and community trust," unquote. That is 3 things ICE does not stand for. That decision creates momentum. It shows other cities you do not have to comply. It tells us that too. There is power in community. When we protest together, we protect each other, and together we make change. It isn't just that it's effective. It is a fundamental exercise of citizens who care about their democracies. Study after study confirms the right to protest is one of the strongest indicators of a healthy democracy. When Donald tries to crush protest, it's because he's trying to crush democracy itself. But it's more basic than that too. He is trying to convey strength because he is so very, very weak. And we need to respond in kind. We need to show him in numbers too vast to ignore that we know who he is, that we know how pathetic and craven he is. We also need to remember not to play into his hands. Protest, but do so peacefully. Protest. Be loud. Be clear in your message. Fly your American flag. Do not engage. Do not be engaged. Do not allow yourself to be drawn into any conflicts. Do not allow Donald's thugs to incite you to violence. That way, he has nothing with which to fight us that is legitimate. He's trying to weaken our democracy. We can't let him because he is so weak, and he needs to be reminded of that at every single turn. Before we go on, just remember, please, that we here at Mary Trump Media are not corporate media. We don't bend the knee. We're not for sale now, and we never will be. Every day, we expose the lies the Trump regime wants to keep buried. Independent media survives because of you. So please like and share our videos. And if you support our mission, please subscribe to our channel. So if you believe in the project of protecting democracy and want to join protests, want to join the resistance, I'm going to dive in now to show you how to stay safe at protests and what actions you can take now. Protests are happening in cities across the country. Chicago, Houston, New York, and more are already mobilizing. So if you're planning to attend a protest, there are important steps you can take to protect yourself. I want to give a little bit of a disclaimer here. The following information is It's literally that. It's for informational purposes only. I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal or professional advice. You should always consult your local laws. You should always consult trusted organizations before participating in any protest activity. This is just information that we've compiled that we think will be useful to you if you go to a protest, especially the one this weekend on June 14th. We live in a time where the Trump regime is actively trying to suppress dissent. So digital and physical safety are going to matter. So let's start with a video from the American Civil Liberties Union.
When you come to a protest like this, it makes sense to bring a camera with you, to bring a phone with you, to make sure you can record it, you can get the message out. The message is super important. But those same phones, those same cameras can cause problems if the data gets into the hands of people who you're against. And that includes the police, like these guys over here. So make sure when you come to a protest, make sure that you've got a few things covered. Make sure you've encrypted your device. Make sure that your device has a strong password. The strong password means not just 4 digits, it means the entire thing. 6 digits, a full textual password if you need to do that. The stronger the password, the harder it is for somebody to guess and get into your phone. Make sure that your phone is in airplane mode when you don't need to communicate. That reduces the amount of signals that come off the phone. The radio signals can be used to keep track of your device and keep track of where you are. The police use those radio signals to keep track of protesters, and they could use them against you in the future, so you want to make sure you don't do that. Sometimes you need to communicate, turn it on, but when you don't need it on, you can turn it off. You have a right to record the police. Make sure you record the police if they're doing something wrong. You absolutely have that right, and it's important. It's one of the checks that we have against police brutality and against police abuse. The facial recognition systems can keep track of who you are, and we don't know how the police will use those pictures in the future. If you have a mask, your face is hidden, you're going to be in a better position from that. If the cops do take you, make sure your phone is off. If you can turn it off as they take you, that's good. If you can just make sure that it's locked, don't leave it so that it can be unlocked with your thumbprint. Don't leave it so it can be unlocked with your face. Those are things that the police can use to unlock your phone for you. And if they unlock your phone, it reveals lots of information that's in there about you and information that's about your friends and the people that you care about. You don't want to turn that information over. So make sure that it needs to be unlocked with a password. If they do catch you, some of the cops may decide to offer you a drink, a soda, a water, a juice, or they might offer you a cigarette. Don't take it. Cops have been known to use those tricks as ways to gather your DNA.
The ACLU also has a full protester rights section on their website. It includes your rights when attending or organizing protests, taking photos, and what to do if you encounter ICE, which may well happen in upcoming protests. Social media users are also sharing practical tips, what to wear, what to bring, how to protect your identity. So take a look at this.
Get ready with me as if we were going to a peaceful protest. We're wearing comfy layers, and normally I wear a lot of black, but black can be a little scary, so unless it specifically says black on the invite, we're going with nondescript neutrals because optics are important. We're gonna get our hair out of the way, and we are gonna skip makeup, lotions, and perfumes because harmful chemicals can stick to those. Lab goggles or swim goggles are the ideal eyewear, but if you don't have those, then safety goggles or this little number you have from a festival is better than nothing. We're going to wear masks for our health, for our immunocompromised friends, to filter pollutants, and because when people take pictures of you without your permission, I find it lends a certain mystique. The only jewelry we're wearing is earplugs. If the party gets really loud, or for our more easily stimulated friends, we have over-ear protection. You gotta have a cute and comfy little backpack. Pack snacks. Keep your blood sugar up, make a friend, offer your friend almonds. Please stay hydrated. Now, normally I am a reusable bottle girly, but for weight and convenience, I'm bringing plastic also so that I can give bottles away to other thirsty bitches that I see and pour one out if necessary. This is the final look and we would be ready to go. Always go with a buddy or a date. Have a meeting spot and emergency plan. Stay calm and remember to keep yourself and your community safe.
The leaders of No King's Day are also holding a training event via their website on how to organize and on knowing your rights at protests. We'll include the link in the show description, but you can join via Zoom to learn how to defend yourself and others from the Trump regime's attacks. If you can't attend a protest in person, there are other ways to show your support. Many people are wearing yellow ribbons on their clothes, cars, or homes in solidarity. Others are amplifying protest footage, sharing resources, and having conversations that matter. And if you see ICE activity in your neighborhood, there are tools to report it to community-based networks. Take a look at this.
Here's how you're going to do your part. You're going to Google people over papers, and it's going to be the first link. On there, the first link, it's going to say Padlet. You're going to click that. So you're going to go in, you'll see a big map. You can search where ICE has been near you by your city, your street, your time. And you can also report any ICE sightings. Some of them are verified, some of them are not, but it's people reporting what is going on around them in real time. So this can help save families. This is literally all you have to do. If you do anything, share this, save this, and help our people out.
So to wrap up, it is extremely important that we come together and protest. Again, though, the key word is peacefully. We know what Donald Trump wants is violence. I'm sorry to say that, but the President of the United States wants an excuse to attack American citizens. That is going to help him, in his mind, get more power. He's using the most extreme methods at his disposal, calling in the National Guard over the objections of a state governor, and deploying active military against American citizens on American soil. These are unheard of actions, and we know why he's doing it. Do not give him an excuse to make things worse. Together, we can make change. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy, and it doesn't mean it's always going to be safe, because again, Donald Trump and his regime do want violence. They want to incite us to become violent, to give them an excuse to make further incursions on our civil liberties. Don't give them any ammunition, figuratively speaking. So be safe, stick together, be loud, take pictures, and keep your eyes wide open. Please take a second and like and share this video. It'd be awesome if you could subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to us in podcast form, please follow us and give the show a 5-star rating, because it really does help other people find our content. Thanks.